Hi everyone, for today's video I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me, all drugstore products. I recently picked up some fun new things from Ulta when they were doing their 10 times the points event for platinum and diamond members. Something that really caught my eye were these little LA girl liners, and I recently got a comment on my new video, my full face of Kaja, where someone was asking about doing looks that weren't bronzy eyes, pinky brown nude lips, which I love that. Like, that is my go-to look. And thankfully I had already picked up these liners, so I commented back letting them know that I definitely had some more colorful looks planned, or like at least a colorful look planned. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into today's video. I also was thinking about making this video sort of like a little life update video because I have a couple of things going on in my life that are new or like going to be happening. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun little video to get into. First product that I'm going to get into is my Revlon Prime Plus Mattifying and Pore Reducing Primer. It's been a really long time since I've used this primer, and it's been a pretty long time since I've used this primer on my channel, and that's because Revlon is not cruelty-free. I've been trying to make a little bit more of an effort to use more cruelty-free products on my channel and just be more mindful of like what I'm buying. And I think with how I'm going to navigate cruelty-free products, I am definitely not buying from high-end brands that are not cruelty-free. I just feel like there are way too many brands out there to be wasting my high-end purchases on brands that aren't cruelty-free. However, with drugstore brands, because drugstore prices are obviously more accessible to the masses. Moving on to my foundation really quick, I'm using the Milani Screen Queen foundation, and I use the shade 320 Nude Bisque. I used this foundation the other day for the first time when we were celebrating my brother's 19th birthday, and it looked so good, so I'm really excited to use it again. But back to what I was saying about drugstore brands and like cruelty-free status, I just feel like by limiting the amount of drugstore brands that I am using based on cruelty-free status, that means at the drugstore I would have even less of a selection of products to review that are accessible to people, especially when some of those bigger drugstore brands that aren't cruelty-free, like Maybelline and L'Oreal and Revlon, a lot of times those are the brands that are carrying the larger shade ranges compared to other smaller brands at the drugstore that might be cruelty-free. So that ends up being really limiting to people, especially for people who already struggle to find their shade at the drugstore. So yeah, for right now, I am not purchasing anything high-end that's not cruelty-free. And as far as drugstore brands, I am going to continue being mindful of cruelty-free brands and products. However, I'm not going to limit myself because I feel like it is still important to be inclusive and still feature a wide variety of brands that are accessible to a lot of people. So that is what the Screen Queens foundation looks like on my skin. It actually didn't do like that good of a job covering up some of the things that I would have liked to be covered, but I am going to go in with a concealer, so hopefully that takes care of some of that. But I really like the shade match, I really like the finish, I really like the look of it on my skin. Like, it really doesn't look like I'm wearing any makeup, so obviously love that. For my concealer today, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm wearing the shade 25 Medium. Alright, so let's get into actual life updates. I got a new job, sort of. I'm not on a payroll or anything, but I did find a new babysitting job that's actually been working out really, really well for me. So it's really cool. I am working for a single mom, which love, but the mom works a lot of overnight shifts at the hospital. So what I do is I come in around 4:30, she is out the door by 5, and I basically just hang out with the kids. I make them dinner, we do, you know, whatever until about 6:45, where we will then make our way upstairs to get them ready for bed. And then they are in bed and like don't even put up a fuss, like they're so easy. They are in bed by 7. So that is really nice. And then after they go to bed, I can just do like whatever she says that I can do, whatever I want, as long as I'm in the house, obviously. And it's really nice because between the hours of like 7 and maybe like 10 or whatever time I end up going upstairs to sleep, I can read, I can edit videos, I can watch YouTube. So it's actually really relaxing after the kids go to bed, and the kids are like pretty easy before they go to bed too, so it's like overall very easy. So yeah, I sleep there, and what's nice about this job too is that they have a bedroom for me, so I don't have to like sleep on the couch or anything, bumming it. I have like my own bed and room that I sleep in, which is super nice. It's been a really long time since I've gone in with my Physicians Formula sculpting bronzer, so I'm going to use that right now. Mine's like super duper old. And then the kids wake up really early for school, so I will get them up at 6 a.m., which is not hard for me. I am an early riser. I will usually, almost always, wake up before my alarm. So I'll wake them up at like 6 or 6:05, and then we will go downstairs. I'll make them breakfast. I'll make sure that they are all ready for school, and then someone picks them up for school, and then around 7:30, I will leave. So really my only responsibilities are like taking care of the kids, doing bedtime, getting them ready in the morning, and then like cleaning up after breakfast and dinner. So it's a pretty easy gig, and what I love about it is that I am back home really early in the morning, so I basically have like my whole day, and my daytime is not taken up by anything because I'm basically starting my shift a little bit before dinner time and then like sleeping for most of the hours that I'm there. Going in with my little NYX brow glue. So yeah, I've been really liking that. It is not that many days a week, and I was actually supposed to work 4 days in a row for her, 4 overnight shifts in a row, just because the hospitals are really busy and there's like a lot of incentive to work. But she actually ended up getting her ex-husband to take the kids for 2 of those nights. So yeah, it's really nice. Like, I'm filming this video before I go into work, and then after the kids go to bed, I'll probably be like editing the video at their house. So it's just worked out really well. The kids are really easy. I really like their mom, and yeah, it's a pretty sweet situation. Just going in with my Milani eye primer now. Some of you might remember this from like a video in the very beginning of the year, but I'm pretty sure I talked somewhere about how I wanted to read more in 2021, and I've definitely read way more than I have, honestly, in the past like several years. I used to be a really big reader, not when I was a kid. I actually like pretty much didn't know how to read like books until 4th grade, and I didn't really end up developing like a love for reading until middle school. Before I go in with these colorful liners, I'm going to take a couple of shades from the Milani Most Loved eyeshadow palette, and this palette is called Partner in Crime. I'm going in with that shade right there, just to add a little bit of definition in my crease, and I'm not going to do a rounded crease. I'm actually going to try and do like a straight crease. I did a good bit of reading in high school, but I definitely felt like as I got older, I just didn't allow myself the time to read and enjoy books, and I really struggled for the past few years trying to get back into reading. Like, I would read a few books here and there and really enjoy them, but then like I wasn't really consistent with it. I'm mixing these 2 shades together on like a flat, fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to highlight the brow bone while also kind of fixing up that line a little bit above my crease. But this year I have actually read quite a few books, so this is the 8th month, and I made it a goal to read at least like a book a month, so ending the year with 12 books, 12 read books, and I've already read 10 books. So I'm definitely going to surpass my goal, and I'm actually reading 2 books at the same time right now. That's the first time I've done that this year, read 2 books at the same time, but I'm reading a fiction book and a nonfiction book, and I'm reading like my first nonfiction book. I am a big fiction girl. I love entertainment. Going in now with my LA Girl liners, I'm really excited about these. These are the Shockwave Neon liners, and I have a vision of how I want this to go in my head. I want to do a gradient of like yellow, green, blue. The yellow is called Screaming, and I'll swatch it for you. These aren't like as intense as I thought that they would be, but I think that they'll get the job done, and I think that they're going to be smudged out anyway. The next one is Fresh, so that's that shade. like a minty green. And then the last one, the blue one, is electric, and that's what electric looks like. These are actually looking pretty good. I want to start with the outer portion. Really smooth. Okay, ooh, that looks really very good. That looks very good. I do want to shape this a little bit because when I was kind of swatching these out this morning, they dried kind of quick. I'm trying to look at my eyes like straight on so that they can be symmetrical. Ooh, FedEx is dropping something off. What are they dropping off? Justin, if that package is for me, I want you to bring it to me. All right, I'm going back in and intensifying that blue line. Was it for me?
Yes, of course it was for you, bro.
Hey, Sam orders things too sometimes.
It's from Greg Salerno at Astral Health and Beauty.
I don't know who that is. I just got a PR package from Pure Cosmetics. Fun! Okay, so I got some mascara, some eye patches, a primer, red reducing primer, ooh, a concealer. Hopefully the shades that they sent me are okay. It seems like they might be though. Yeah, ooh. And then a powder. How nice. Ooh, okay. This is a drugstore video though, so I'm going to move on. Okay, so far I'm really liking how these liners are looking. Very, very cute. I'm excited to clean them up. I'm going in with the green one now. And we're gonna do that on the center. But then I'm going to use a different brush to just blend the green. This is going to be a quick little liner look. I'm now going in with the yellow. So yeah, back to reading. So I was reading a mixture of like physical copies and then also reading on my phone. I have a 11 Pro Max, so the phone is pretty large, and I was pretty comfortable reading on my phone, no biggie. However, the light is so bright, especially like when I'm in bed and the lights are off. Alright, I'm adding a little bit more green. I'm going to give another layer to each of these colors. Another layer of yellow. Hopefully the yellow one layer is okay. But this yellow liner is not like as smooth as the other ones are. But because I wasn't having like the best experience reading on my phone, and I definitely preferred to read ebooks instead of physical copies, it's just easier. Like I read a lot in bed and holding a physical book is not quite as comfortable. But because of that, I bought myself a Kindle. I bought it used. I purchased it on Macari and it was perfect because it was exactly what I wanted. It was the newest 10th generation. I thought it was a Paperwhite, but it ended up not being, but like there's not that many differences between the basic and the Paperwhite. And it's a white version, which is really cute, and the case came with it. Like, how cute is this case? I don't know where they got the case. If anyone really wants to know, maybe I can contact the seller, but this could not have been more perfect. Like, the case is so cute. I could not have picked out a cuter case for my little Kindle, and the Kindle itself is perfect. If you are thinking about getting one, I highly recommend it. It is so much lighter than my phone, so it's like way more comfortable to use. The screen is a little bit larger than my phone, so that's really nice. And it is so much easier on the eyes. It has like a backlight mode so you can read it at nighttime with the lights all out, and it's really just perfect. I am a huge fan of my Kindle. I really recommend it to anyone who is like reading books on their phone or their iPad and they just want something a little bit more convenient. Also, the battery life on the Kindle is so good. I just messed up a little bit right here and I hope that it's savable. On a concealer brush, I'm going to start cleaning up the outer corner. I also recently made a Goodreads account, so if you want to follow me on there or like add me as a friend, I'm not really sure how the Goodreads accounts work entirely because I just made one, but I'll leave my account linked down below so we can be like friends or whatever, and you can know like what I'm reading or books that I would like to read. Okay, so the green and the blue look very, very cute. The yellow is very questionable. Okay, so the only thing that I can think of that could fix the yellow liner is adding some sort of shadow or like kind of glitter on top of it that will then transfer into the inner corner, and I think that that would end up looking really cute. And unfortunately the only palette that I really have, or like eyeshadow that I really have that could do that or like give me that kind of look that's still on the affordable side, is my Morphe Icy Fantasy palette. And I'm going to go in with this little glitter topper shade right here. It's pretty cute. It has like a little bit of like a bluey duochrome to it. I think that will help give the illusion that there's like no issues. So I'm going to try it. I'm just adding the color on top. The reason why I didn't really want to bring out this Morphe palette is I really struggle with like deciding whether I should promote Morphe on my channel. I personally don't think that they are a good brand, and I recently met up with Keeping Up with BB. She's big on Instagram and she is starting to get into YouTube and stuff, so I'm gonna leave all of her information down below. But we actually live in the same sort of area, so we met up for lunch and walked around Ulta for a little bit. We were talking about all these brands and stuff, but we were talking about Morphe, and she brought up a good point that I had never thought of, but the brand has never collabed with a black influencer. And on top of that, I was already noticing that the only people that Morphe collabs with are problematic people, and that makes me really angry. And I'm like, okay, so I know that this brand relies on drama to sell their products, and that does kind of bum me out because Morphe does have pretty quality products and they definitely are on the more affordable side. So it does kind of suck when a brand can be like problematic like that. But yeah, I just try to avoid using Morphe as much as I can, even though basically like all of my brushes are from Morphe, but they do make some like good quality affordable brushes. I think that did sort of add like a little bit of a distraction on the yellow, and I think that's just the best it's gonna get. I'm just popping a little bit of like the glittery shade in the inner corner. I'm going to curl my lashes, going in with my e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. And now I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara to like separate my lashes. And I'm gonna add a little bit on the lower lash line. Alright, so the liner ended up actually looking pretty cute. I wish that the yellow liner performed a bit better, but you know, who knew? Who knew that that was going to happen? I'm going in now with my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. So another sort of life update that isn't really going to be happening, I don't want to say anytime soon because I don't really know when it's going to be happening, but it has been taking up a lot of space in my brain. But Justin recently got a new job, which we're both really excited for. He starts his training for it in a couple of weeks, and we're not really sure where he's going to end up after training. However, we do know that we are going to have to move for the job eventually. Obviously with COVID and stuff, we're still like not really sure what's going on because I believe the job choices that we have are going to probably be remote for a little while because of COVID. But obviously we're not so sure, and it is going to be one of 3 places, and we're just like not sure which one of those places it's gonna be. So it is taking up a lot of space in my brain right now. I'm thinking about it a lot, like the fact that we're going to be moving, which is fun but also going to be a little bit stressful. And like I was just telling my sister that the earliest we would be moving would be January, and I just told her that last night, and she was like, that is news to me. Like, why did you not tell me that sooner? And I was like, honestly, because I don't want to talk about the fact that, like, yeah, we probably could be moving in January, and that's like 4 months from now. So that would be kind of crazy. And like, also, it's not moving within the state, it's going to be moving to another state. So it is just a lot to comprehend, but we're both really excited for the experience, especially Justin. It'll be his first like job doing what he wants to do. And I am quite a bit sad about moving. I really love the house that we live in, and I like being really close to my parents, but you know, I think it's a part of life and it will only be temporary. It's like a 2-year contract, so after the 2 years are up, Justin can decide what he wants to do afterwards. By the way, I just went into a whole other product and I didn't even say what it was. I'm using the NYX High Gloss Illuminating Powder, and I have mine in the shade Moon Glow. But I love this highlighter. It's like one of my favorites for sure. It's so natural looking. But I'm hoping that we'll know a little bit more in the next few weeks, or at least, I don't know. I'm just hoping we know like the teensiest a bit more than we already do, because it feels like we don't really know anything about what's going on other than the fact that like Justin has a job and we will be moving. I don't know to where and I don't know when, and it's making me feel kind of crazy that I don't know those things, but like I will know eventually. Like, I have to accept that I will know eventually. My camera just started blinking red, so I'm going to hurry up. I'm going to take this Revlon blush in the shade Rose Bomb. I didn't want to use a cream blush for some reason, so I grabbed this powder blush, and I hope I don't regret it. But yeah, I think it will be fun to move into a new area. I really hope that we like eventually come back to Charlotte, or like the Charlotte area, because I do love living here, and we have a lot of our friends that live here, and like both of our families live over here or like very close to here. Ooh, this is really pretty. This has a really beautiful glow to it. But yeah, we'll just see what happens, but that is going to be happening eventually. Not sometime this year, but definitely at some point in 2022 we will be moving to a different state, which, yeah, it's a lot to take in, but it'll be a good experience. And we're really excited that Justin has a job doing something that he is going to enjoy doing. Going to go in with this new lip liner that I have. It is from LA Girl. It is the Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Sugar and Spice, but it is really pretty. Sorry, I couldn't get away from the pinky brown nude lip, but hopefully the eyes are different enough to your liking. For my lip gloss, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Stone. Lastly, I'm going to be taking my Milani Make It Last setting spray, using my fan to dry my face. So this is the completed look. What do you guys think? I think that the liner actually came out really, really cute. I really enjoyed using the blue and the green. I think that they came out perfect and they were really nice for layering, and I achieved the look that I wanted. So I'm happy with that. However, the yellow did give me a little bit of problems, and the look definitely could have been better if the yellow performed the way that I hoped. But these were still super cute, and I'm glad that I tried them out. But yeah, I love this look. I think that the skin looks so good. My brows are looking like extra good today. I just seriously love the combination of my NYX Lift and Snatch and NYX Brow Glue. It's just like it's just a match made in heaven, and my brows come out good every single time I use them. I love this blush color. I think it's adorable. That little Revlon Rose Bomb blush, super cute. Skin is looking good. Really like this lip combo. Everything's looking really good. Let me know what you guys think of this look down below, And if there are other types of videos you guys want to see, like any other kind of colorful looks or liner looks that you guys want to see from me, let me know down below. Oh, I was going to set with powder, but I don't actually think I need to do that. It's looking really good. But that is going to be it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'm really glad that I made it to the end without my camera dying. So yeah, that's really cool. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so, and hopefully I see you next time.